My name is Amanda, and this is my dad, Mike Holmes. He's a bit of an expert in fixing things, like Holmes, but when I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease as a teenager, although he wished he did, my dad didn't have the tools to fix me. And at this point, nobody does. That's why we are proud to support the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of Canada as they raise awareness and funds to find the cure for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, commonly referred to as inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD for short. We hope the stories you're about to hear will help you understand why your donation is so important to me and to all of the more than 200,000 Canadians living with IBD.
There are few things harder than seeing your child in pain, so I can tell you that I really appreciate every dollar donated to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of Canada. And thank you. And thank you.
If not in the lead.
My name is Landon and I'm 9. I have a mom, a sister, and a dad.
Are you sitting?
I like to read, play soccer, play baseball, play basketball. And I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was 8 years old.
From the time Landon was born, he's an energetic, happy little boy. He loves playing all kinds of sports, loves playing games with his family, loves hanging out with his friends, always full of mischief. He has a great sense of humor.
How tight do you want to put this?
Is it too tight?
At the end of March of 2008, Landon went from being a very energetic little boy to a boy who looked like he couldn't move off our couch. He had chronic diarrhea, vomiting, blood in the stool, and Dr. Robo said that she would like to perform a colonoscopy and upper endoscopy on Landon.
When we received the diagnostic from the doctor that he had Crohn's disease, she showed us the picture of what she had taken when she went with the scope. It was pretty horrific.
Neither Mario and I had heard of Crohn's or colitis before. We didn't know what it was. We didn't know for sure how much it was going to affect Landon's life. We were scared and worried and just wanted to find out as much information as we could to help Landon get through this.
So, how are you?
Good.
Kind of special to be here with us around. Inflammatory bowel disease is a sort of generic term for both Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, which cause an inflammation of the lining of the bowel.
Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis can lead to abdominal cramping, pain in the abdomen, blood in the stool, often requiring the use of powerful medications or surgery.
And I always compare it to a burn. I mean, when we see it in the OR, it looks like a burn on the inside. And you can't imagine how bad it could be sometimes in some people, and they're still trying to carry on with their day-to-day life.
These are diseases that have an embarrassment factor, and one of our challenges is to lift the veil of silence on these diseases and to destigmatize them, because these are profound, lifelong chronic diseases affecting 1 in every 160 Canadians. In fact, we have amongst the world's highest prevalence and incidence rates of these diseases.
My name's Fernando Pizzani. I play for the Edmonton Oilers. I play right wing. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis in 2005. Well, I started playing hockey when I was 4 years old. It was a passion for me. It was something I enjoyed doing. Now I'm living that dream. As every kid grows up wanting to be an NHL player, I get to do that.
Pizzani to win it. And he does.
It was, in July. I was just kind of getting ready for camp, and I just wasn't feeling good, and just kept feeling tired, run down, just constantly going to the bathroom. And it was a very, very scary time for me, just not being able to sleep at night, not being able to eat anything or drink anything. Everything that you eat or drink just goes right through you, and you get to a point where you're scared to eat, you're scared to drink, and I was about 210 pounds, and I dropped down to 170 in a matter of a month and a half. So it was a pretty scary time. I couldn't even walk up a flight of stairs. I was scared of losing my career in hockey, but just living an everyday normal life.
It affects your tummy a lot, and the ulcers bleed inside, and it makes you dizzy and you get a headache, and then you don't feel like doing things with your family.
To watch him go from running and healthy and active and full of life to watching him spend a huge majority of his time in the bathroom or on the couch was terrifying.
I feel left out a lot.
Since we don't know what causes IBD, we need to do research to find out more. We fund a variety of research. In some ways, it's kind of a portfolio of research that has to cover a wide terrain. So you can start with the very small, the genetics, get a little bit bigger, the microbiology, and then sort of zoom out to the population statistics that make a case for IBD.
We have as many researchers in Canada almost as the United States, entirely based on the support of the CCFC.
80 cents of every fundraised dollar goes into research and education. To date, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of Canada has funded more than $60 million in inflammatory bowel disease research. And we have significantly contributed to the increase in knowledge and management of these diseases.
Landon will be going to the Alberta Children's Hospital for an upper endoscopy and colonoscopy. The medications that Landon has been taking so far has not put his disease into remission, so we're going to go and have the scopes done to see what is happening inside. Up and down like a yo-yo. When you find out that your child has a horrible disease, such as Crohn's disease, it changes your whole life. It scares you, and you wonder what is going to happen to them. After 2 hours of being in the operating room, his GI specialist came to talk to us to inform us that Landon has a very sick colon. Things have gotten a lot worse than what they were a year ago. So we have decided to try and save his colon by changing his medication. And so today we're going to start that, and hopefully things will go well and Landon will start feeling better very soon.
Every day, we at the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of Canada work with families affected by either Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. Unfortunately, the rates of inflammatory bowel disease are increasing in Canada, so it is very important for the benefit of these families and future generations that we redouble our efforts in the quest for cures.
The more people talk about what they have, the more people get involved, the more people just do little things that, that make a huge difference. Sometimes people don't realize that the small things are usually the biggest things that happen. And I think the more people that get involved in lending their time, their money, the more of a chance that we're going to be able to find a cure.
My hopes are that we can find a cure to Crohn's and colitis, so all the people with it don't have to suffer.